Welcome back to Trinity Baptist College for Game 2 of this doubleheader between the TBC Eagles and the Atlantis University Atlanteans. Atlantis has won the first two games of this three-game series, 6-5 last night and 12-8 in Game 1 of today's doubleheader. The Eagles, though, rallied for 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th, so we're hoping they continue that momentum as they come to bat for the first time in Game 2 in just a little bit. Nick Venegas will be the starting pitcher for Trinity Baptist College. Venegas has a record of 1 win, no losses on the season. He has pitched a total of 10 1/3 innings, allowing 10 hits, 4 runs, but only 2 of them have been earned. And Venegas has walked 4 men and struck out 8. He will be opposed by Jose Michel of the Atlantis University Atlanteans, and we'll tell you more about Jose Michel when the Eagles come to bat in the bottom of the first. The batting order for Atlantis, who now has a record of 13, 17, and 2 on the season. Center fielder will be Jonathan Mustelier leading off, moving up from the number 9 hole. Batting second, shortstop Elvin Granado. Batting third, playing third, Jonathan Vasallo, as usual. Angel Melendez, the right fielder, will bat cleanup. Gianni Rodriguez is a designated hitter. He'll bat fifth. Justin Suarez will bat sixth. He's playing second base. Trey McLemore gets his first start of the series. He's at first base. The catcher will be Aaron Chavaria batting eighth. And batting ninth will be left fielder Sean Staviano. Nick Venegas getting ready for his first pitch to Jonathan Mustelier. Swing and a miss. Mustelier trying to hit that one a long way. The wind is still moving around in different directions right now, going out over the right center field fence. No balls and a strike. Nick Venegas on the mound for the TBC Eagles, and the lefty delivers and gets strike 2 on the foul ball. Sammy Cochran has moved over to play right field. Parker Lafferty is in center. Dylan Owens gets a start in left. Josh Wharton at third. Mark Rogers, the shortstop. Dario Huerta at second. Will Van Sickle playing first. As ball 1 is high, and the count is 1-2. Cale Jones is doing the catching here in game number 2, the battery mate of Nick Venegas. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Venegas delivers a breaking ball, but it stays up high, and that is ball 2. Nick Venegas, a sophomore, transfer student from Trinity International University. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Fastball lifted high into center field. That should be an easy catch for Lafferty. He makes it on the jog, and that's 1 out. That ball got up into the wind and carried a little bit further than it looked like it would off the bat. But nice play out there in center by Lafferty. So 1 away, and it brings up Elvin Granado playing his final game against his former teammates. He's had a pretty good series. Last night, he had 2 hits and a stolen base and a run scored. Game 1 today, 2 for 4, and he scored twice. And the first pitch to Granado, right down the middle for the strike. No balls and a strike. Venegas winds and delivers, and a breaking ball. Misses low and inside. Warmed up a little bit since we started play today. 81 degrees with that wind now blowing out more towards right center from the third baseline out toward the scoreboard almost directly. A ball and a strike and a pitch. A fastball misses up and in, and it's 2-1. Two balls and a strike. And Venegas winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. Count even up now at 2-2. And Venegas ready. Give that 2-2. And the pitch. Breaking ball, and it's fouled off. Thought for a moment that Venegas might have gotten Granado, but he just did get a piece of it to stay alive. Great to see those bats come alive in the bottom of the 7th. They scored 6 and hoping to carry that into game number 2. Granado fouls off another one, and he's giving Venegas a pretty good battle. Gotten a little bit cloudier than we saw toward the end of game 1. They don't look like they're threatening any rain. The forecast 30% chance of rain later this afternoon and into the evening. There's a ground ball headed towards short. Rogers scoops, got to hurry to throw in the dirt, but dug out by Van Sickle on a nice play. And that's out number 2. I'm Ray Bureau, Dean Bureau, our cameraman here at Trinity Baptist College. You hear Kate Wilhoff on the stadium microphone. He's been doing the PA announcing throughout the series and throughout the last couple of series as well. Amber Bird is our official statistician. Jonathan Vasallos at the plate for Atlantis. He was 3 for 3, 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs, also drew a walk in game 1. He was on base all 4 trips to the plate. He's their biggest RBI man. Now has 40 on the season. There's a ground ball, a chopper towards Huerta, who fields the hop very nicely and gets the out at first. That's the first time in this series that Atlantis didn't get a runner on base in the first inning. So after a half inning, we have no score, and we'll take this opportunity to give you the batting order for the TBC Eagles here in game number 2 and game 3 of the series. Center fielder Parker Laffery will lead things off. Batting second, playing second base is Dario Huerta. Ryan Heller, the designated hitter, he will bat third. First baseman Will Van Sickle is the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth, doing the catching, is Cale Jones. Josh Wharton plays third base. He will bat sixth. Dylan Owens bats seventh. He's in left field. Batting eighth at shortstop, Mark Rogers. And batting ninth, playing right field, Sammy Cochran. They will face Jose Michel, starting pitcher for Atlantis University. Michel, no wins, 2 losses on the season, a 9.50 earned run average. He has pitched 32 total innings, allowing 23 hits, 19 earned runs. He has walked 6 and struck out 6. Correction, 18 total innings, 32 hits, 23 runs, 19 of those earned. Thank you to Mr. Jorge Marrero, the Sports Information Director of Atlantis University, for all the information. So it's Jose, it's either Michael or Michel. Hopefully we're getting it correct. He's a freshman, enjoying his first season of college baseball. He will face Laffery, Huerta, and Heller. The defense behind him, Sean Saviano in left, Jonathan Mastelier in center, Angel Melendez plays right. Jonathan Vasallos at third base, Elvin Granado is the shortstop, Justin Suarez at second base, Trey McLemore playing first base. Doing the catching is Aaron Chavaria, and Michel on the mound. Atlantis now trying to sweep the 3-game series. Trinity Baptist trying to get a win here in game number 3. Appreciate you joining us here on TBC Eagles on YouTube. We have 1 home series left, actually 1 total series left in the regular season. We'll be back here on April 29th, Friday night at 6:30 p.m. as Trinity Baptist hosts USCAA, Florida National University. And then the regular season will end the next day, beginning at 11 a.m., April 30th, with a doubleheader against the FNU Conquistadors. South Region Tournament will begin on May 9th at Carolina University in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Parker Laffery leads things off for Trinity Baptist. He was 3 for 3 in game 1. And his pinch hitter, Juan Tejera, singled in that big 7th inning and ended up scoring a run. Laffery now at 247 on the season. No homers and 6 runs driven in. And the first pitch from Michel right down the middle for the strike. No balls and a strike. Lafferty was the catcher in the opener, playing center field here in the series finale. And he fouls this one right into the ground, and after it got a piece of Aaron Chavaria. And Chavaria took the brunt of that blow. Umpire walks out to the mound to give Chavaria an opportunity to regroup. Joseph Cordoba caught the first 2 games of the series, and he was on base a whole lot, which means we got to see Christopher Morrow, the courtesy runner for him, quite a bit on the base pass. Morrow got an at-bat late in game 1 today. And he also doubled in that at-bat. No balls, 2 strikes. There's a looper down the right field line. It is slicing foul. Most likely would have been a single as Melendez got over the line in a hurry. And Lafferty will head back to the batter's box with a count of no balls, 2 strikes. And the batters have already erased the entire right-handed batter's box. Of course, there are only a couple of left-handed batters in game 1. They didn't redo the whole field. 0-2, just kind of re-sketch that batter's box, and already with 4 right-handed batters stepping in, all we see is the back corner of the batter's box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lafferty trying to get on base. Give the Eagles a chance to take an early lead. And the 1-2 to Parker Lafferty. Swing and a foul back, and Lafferty stays alive. Count remains 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Michel, like many of the pitchers we've seen in this series, working exclusively from the stretch. And here's the 1-2. And a high pop up over near the dugout. McLemore gave it a dive, but came up a little short. Unfortunately, he was able to avoid hitting the fence directly. We had a young man named Gage Denby in a varsity high school game earlier this week. Took a line drive from one of his own teammates, and that ball hit him in the face as he was standing up at the fence on the home side of the field, and he had to have surgery for multiple fractures. So it can be dangerous out there in those dugouts, and players have to stay alert. Fielders have to make sure they know how far they have to go before they hit that fence. There's a looper into right. Melendez giving chase over near the line and makes the catch with ease, and that's out number 1. Lafferty got under it. That allowed the right fielder to make the running catch. So 1 out. Second baseman Dario Huerta steps up to the plate. That young man named Gage, though, he was back at the ballpark cheering on his teammates just 2 days later. So he's doing very well. He's out for the season, but he's in very good spirits. I know Gage very well. He's a terrific young man, a junior for Trinity Christian Academy, and one of the best pitchers in the city of Jacksonville. No balls and a strike. Dario Huerta drew a walk and scored a run. 0 for 2 officially in game 1. No balls and a strike and the pitch. And a high pop foul on a play. So 0-2 to Huerta. Back in the box. Right-hander on the mound, ball in hand, and ready to deliver the 0-2 pitch. And that fastball was off the outside corner, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Huerta. And here is that 1-2. And a ball wild out of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Final game of the series. Trinity Baptist trying to pick up the win. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Michelle sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. That is strike 3 and out number 2. Fastball had a little life to it, tailed away from the right-handed hitter. So 2 outs, bases empty for designated hitter Ryan Heller. Heller had no official at-bat in game 1. He had 1 plate appearance, laid down a terrific sacrifice bunt, came very close to beating it out for a hit. Last night, Heller was 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored. Was also hit by a pitch, so on base 3 times. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Heller's now hitting .256, 3 homers, 14 RBIs. He has scored 18 times. Here's the 0-1. There's a line drive into center. That's a base hit. A 2-out knock for Heller. And it will bring up Will Van Sickle, the Eagles' first baseman. Heller just reached out and poked it and got himself a base hit. After Van Sickle, the rest of the lineup, in case you missed it, goes Cale Jones, Josh Wharton, Dylan Owens, Mark Rogers, and Sammy Coffrin. 2 outs with the runner at first. Van Sickle at the plate. Will was 2 for 4 with a run scored and a 3-run double in that big 7th inning rally for Trinity Baptist earlier today. He fouls off the first pitch. Came up with the bases loaded and lined one into the gap that rolled all the way to the fence. All 3 runners came in. Van Sickle now batting .287, 2 homers and 22 runs driven in. Throw over to first and Heller is back. Ryan Heller pitched 5 fantastic innings last night, gave up 1 unearned run. Unfortunately, that was a game-winning run for Atlantis. So Heller, tough luck loser of last night's game. He certainly didn't deserve it. And a pitch on the way, and this one misses up and away, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. Heller last night allowed just 2 hits in those 5 innings of work, and he struck out 7. And pitch to Van Sickle, a line drive into center field. That's a hit. Heller will stop at second, and TBC, after the first 2 men are out, have consecutive base hits, both into center field. Let's see if they can get this 2-out rally with Cale Jones at the plate, who's had a really good series. He drove in 3 runs in game 1 today, 2 for 4, also scored 1. Last night, Jones drove in 3 more, so he has 6 RBIs in the first 2 games of the series. He has 2 on, but there are 2 outs. Jones had 3 hits in the series opener last night. And the first pitch gets the outer half of the plate for the strike. Jones was 3 for 4 plus a walk last night, drove in 3. Game 1 today, 2 for 4, scored 1 and drove in 3. No balls and a strike. And the pitch. High chopper towards short. Granado will throw to first in time. A little bit wide. McLemore, though, held the bag, and the long arm span allowed him to make the play, and that ends the inning. Eagles get a pair of 2-out singles, but nothing else. After 1, we have no score. Back in 60 seconds after this message from the NCCAA. Top of the second, neither team scored in the first. Nick Venegas had a 1-2-3 top of the first, so he will face the middle third of the batting order. Angel Melendez, Gianni Rodriguez, and Justin Suarez. Venegas got a fly ball to center and then 2 ground balls, 1 to each middle infielder in the first. Angel Melendez at the plate. Didn't play last night, but earlier today he was 2 for 3, drove in 2 runs, and scored 3 times. He also drew a walk. And Melendez came into the series hitting .313. But with those hits in game 1, that's gone up some. Nick Venegas ready to start the second inning. The first pitch, fastball swung on and missed. Venegas 1 win, no losses, a 1.74 ERA in what's now 11 1/3 innings pitched. And a fastball misses high, count even at a ball and a strike. And here's the 1-1, breaking ball, grounded towards third. Wharton keeps the ball in front of him and is able to get off a good, strong throw and record the out. Getting in front of the ball, Wharton was able to knock it straight down, regroup, and make a good throw. 1 out, bases empty. Venegas has retired the first 4 men he has faced. The DH, Gianni Rodriguez, played first base in both games so far. Now the DH, 1 for 4 with a run scored and a run driven in game 1 today. And he takes the first pitch for a strike. Last night had an RBI single and a run scored, 1 for 4 in that ball game. And he grounds this one towards second. Huerta knocks it down, keeps the ball in front of him, and gets the out. Nick Venegas has gotten 4 in a row to ground out after the fly ball to start the ball game. So 2 outs, bases empty. Justin Suarez at the plate. He was 1 for 4 earlier today. And 1 for 4 last night as well. And he takes the first pitch for a strike. Suarez has played a terrific second base. The entire defense for the Atlanteans has done a terrific job, and that one rolls foul down the third baseline. Last night, they threw a runner out at the plate. They made several running catches in the outfield. Only a couple of mistakes. Trinity was able to take advantage of them last night and in that big 7th inning today. And the pitch, high, pop foul, and this one is out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. And Venegas takes a long look, and the lefty winds and delivers and gets another foul ball to the right side. Hey, those balls aren't free, so let's keep them in the field of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Venegas winds and delivers a breaking ball that stays up, and it's 1-2. Had some dip to it, but a little bit high. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And another breaking ball. This one's rolled into center field, hits the bag, and that's a base hit for Suarez. So another ground ball, not hit all that hard, but well placed. And that's the first base runner for Atlantis. Brings up Trey McLemore, his first at-bat of the series. Let's double check that. We saw him in game number 1. He did pop up to the left fielder, so 0 for 1. That one in the dirt, blocked by Jones, who last night was terrific behind the plate at balls in the dirt. He was a DH in game 1 today. Back behind the plate in the series finale. McLemore came into this series hitting .211, a line drive towards left, and that's right at Dylan Owen, just 3 steps over to his right. And that ends the inning. That ball was the hardest one that Atlantis has hit so far, but Dylan Owens made the catch. One hit, one left. We go to the bottom of the second, no score.